everybody! Fandom Flux podcast. Woo!
Yay!
I was very, very tempted to try and make the waveform look like a penis because it got very close just now. And
okay.
I know no one else would be able to see it, but it would amuse me. I was really thinking about it, and I decided against it. That's what the pause was there.
Wow.
So
That's one way to start the podcast this week in a way that makes me wish that I wasn't off today.
okay, so I'm Casey. Hi, how's it going? We also have Ken. He's here.
Rabbit. Wait, what?
Okay. Fine, but that doesn't come out until next week.
What? That's all right. All right.
He was caught so off guard. He went straight to the easy joke.
Wrong show. I'm sorry.
All right, is that what we get? Okay, fair enough. Zero's here.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Slice is here.
I just got fucked in Mario Kart. I'm just gonna pout for a little while.
Okay. And Patience here.
Hello, everyone. Remember to follow the contract.
Okay, we apparently had more fun with that episode of Anime Reflux than I thought we did.
This will make sense.
So-
This will make sense to you next week.
No, well, no one watches Anime Reflux, so we did, I don't know. I guess who wants to go first? I suppose.
I can go first.
right.
It probably won't take long.
Oh, we should probably have Slice to go after that because he might have to leave.
Oh yeah.
A fair amount. So, Ken.
All right. So this week was WrestleMania weekend, which was the biggest weekend for wrestling.
It was. John
watched.
Cena ran somewhere, and apparently people were freaking out about it. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it was a thing. Don't worry, it's not important to worry about it. If you must know, I really don't want to talk about this because no one cares.
I do.
You do?
You make wrestling sound interesting. Other people, honestly, people make wrestling sound more interesting than it is. So I don't want to watch it. I just want to hear people talk about it.
Okay, so for the last 2 months, John Cena's been trying to call out The Undertaker to have a match with WrestleMania, and he's gotten no response whatsoever. So John was just eventually like, okay, fine, if I can't have a match with The Undertaker, I'm just going to hang out in WrestleMania. And he did that for like an hour into the show until like some dude came up to him while he was in the crowd and said something to him that was off microphone. And John just immediately just gets up, jumps the barricade in street clothes and sprints to the back. And that's what that was. The Undertaker was there. So, yeah. They like bait and switched the crowd like 2 or 3 times in the show that The Undertaker was going to fight John Cena. And then he came out and beat John Cena in like 5 minutes. So,
Oh, wow.
It was
got what he asked for.
yeah, it was kind of hilarious. Every part of it was kind of funny.
Wait, kind of
So,
funny
yeah.
with her?
Huh?
So you
Reference.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that. It was in New Orleans, and New Orleans has probably the best place for something like that. I didn't get to go this year. I really wish I could have, but my car sucks, so I needed to spend the money I would have done to go to New Orleans to pay for my car. So I didn't get to go. But yeah, there was like it was ridiculous. There was like a wrestling show every hour in New Orleans since like Thursday afternoon until Sunday night. So, and a lot of it was in a place where I could watch it. So I did that all weekend. So much wrestling. Too much wrestling.
More wrestling than your body could hold.
Yeah, especially since I also had to wrestle this weekend. So I'm all wrestled out, guys. I got nothing left in the tank. I'm
I
done.
refuse to believe that. You
Well,
know
yeah.
yourself as much as you need to pull out that energy.
Yeah, you're right. It probably wouldn't matter. But for the sake of this conversation, I'm all wrestled out. So, yeah, WrestleMania's this weekend. Show was fucking 7 hours long. That's a long time to be
How much of
sitting.
that was good time, though? Like, as opposed to just filler garbage.
Most of it wasn't really filler. Good, that's subjective, but none of it was really filler. Yeah. A 10-year-old kid won the tag team titles. I got drunk. I put my friend in a triangle choke on the floor during a lull in the action. Good times.
And you wonder why you're wrestled out.
Listen, he was talking shit. He had to go down.
Well, he deserved it then, obviously.
Yeah. You don't talk shit about me in my house and leave unscathed. So I dragged him out of his chair to the floor and put him in a triangle choke. And that is how you solve disputes in Kenchi's house.
You know, you're not wrong.
I thought you beat the shit out of each other with bow stabs or whatever.
No, I'm the only one of my friends that actually knows how to.
Well, that gives
Bow
you
stab.
the distinct advantage.
No, you beat the
Yeah,
shit out
he's
of
right.
each other with bow staffs in Kenchi's dad's house.
Yeah,
that's how that
Okay, of
goes.
course.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Which is also a good way to solve conflicts.
yes. I mean, it's not when you're young and you're too inexperienced and small to fight back, but when you're big enough to fight back, it's a great way to solve disputes.
I don't know.
As
I
long
think
as
your
you have
dad
a
would
chance of
disagree with that
winning.
and say, a 5-year-old kid, it's great to solve disputes with them. Just hit him in the face with a bow staff.
You never hit me in the face.
My
Give me your-
apologies. In the
You hit me
stomach
like almost.
or chest.
Yeah, you hit me like almost everywhere else with the face. 'Cause that's
That was
just
nice.
Not good. That's just not good parenting.
That's the moneymaker. I mean,
No, good parenting, you sweep the leg.
He did. He did that a lot. Children have no coordination until they're like 10, so it's really easy to get your legs. Ask me how I know.
No.
Okay. All right, so there's that. Also, no one cares about this either, but for those that play Fortnite, there is a rumor that on April 18th, they will destroy the location known as Tilted Towers. To which I say good riddance.
I vaguely know what that is. It's like the most popular area in the
Yeah.
thing. Everyone goes there.
For those of you who do not know, Fortnite is the Battle Royale style game in the essence of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Only designed well, is my understanding.
I think everybody currently knows what it is.
Yeah. So I'm just providing a little exposition for those who don't. So yeah, for those that don't play the game starts, you are on a gigantic airbus that goes across the map. You can drop wherever you choose to on that entire map if you can reach it from where the bus is. You can pretty much reach wherever you want to if you drop at the right time. That being said, I'm going to say about between 30 and 60% of participants in each and every game drop in a location near the center of the map called Tilted Towers. It is a city-like location with tall skyscrapers, and it is hell in that place. That's the main combat area of the game. Most of the deaths will result in this place. Most of the best loot will be found in this place because, well, everyone dies there. So you're picking the best of the stuff off of everybody.
That sounds terrible for a Battle Royale game. I thought half of the point was to scatter the players out so that, little mini skirmishes would happen all over the map.
Yeah.
Just having everything in the middle just seems kind of shitty.
Yeah, so that's why everything's not in the middle, but because so many people go to Tilted Towers, that's where the map will always shrink down to like the middle area, usually.
Because it focuses on player density or something?
I think so. I don't have anything to really back this up other than the fact that maps very rarely end at the end of the map. It's usually centered somewhere. So recently there's like this thing in the sky in Fortnite, and it keeps getting closer. People believe it's a meteor of some sort. And every so often, your controller will randomly vibrate for no reason in the game. You're not fighting, you're not jumping, you're not doing anything. The controller just randomly vibrates.
For like a
So
long period of time or just like a second?
for like long enough to notice it, long enough to like freak you out. Like if something happened and someone's shooting at me, and nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So people believe it's the comet. People believe that from some hints they found that the comet will come down on the 18th of April and destroy Tilted Towers. And to which I say, fantastic.
I bet.
Great.
Just to fuck with people, it's not actually going to destroy it. It's just a giant scaffold that's going to go on the top of it. It's going to make the whole thing bigger. Just to fuck with people.
Then they might as well just call it the game Tilted Towers.
And they could do that.
Watch just the Majora's Mask moon.
But yeah, there's a little bit of Fortnite news for the day. Let's see what else
Thank you
I
for being
got.
so informative, Kenji.
I try. I don't know how much it was amusing or entertaining, but there you go.
Oh, would you like some more Fortnite news, by the way?
Go for it.
Fortnite is an archaic British term for a 2-week period. 14 nights.
I knew that already.
You didn't know that?
I did know that.
You didn't know that?
I hate you guys.
Rabbit.
No.
Stop making jokes that nobody's gonna get. It's just cruel and unusual.
But yeah.
Unusual, honestly.
Yeah, no one knows what that means yet, but it's provocative. Get the people going.
Get them interested.
Oh, I've forgotten what that was. That was the Will Ferrell ice skating film, right?
Yes. Was it Blades of Glory?
That's the one.
I don't think I ever saw that one, actually.
Good.
It's very
it's not great. But let's see. I recently watched Sicario, so I'm really pumped for watching Sicario 2 when that comes out.
What's that?
Sicario. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
I don't either, actually.
Oh. Well, it's really good. It's like, it came out like last year or something like that in theaters. It's about basically an FBI agent gets pulled into like an ATF operation where they're going like after a drug cartel in Mexico. And it's led by this, I don't know, he's not really officially, he's just some dude like out for revenge. But he knows like the inner workings of the cartel and stuff and knows how to get people where they need to be for stuff. It's kind of like a dirty federal agent kind of thing where they're like looking into what it really takes to get to like drug cartels and stuff, like what you really have to do. It's not like a heroic kind of movie.
Mm.
It's like a get shit done kind of movie.
Okay. Like Transporter?
No. It's like Zero Dark 30, just not rah America, and it's about drug dealers and not Bin Laden. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't think I saw that one either, so I'll just take your word on it.
All right then. So,
Sicario was that? Could you type that in the chat so that I can link it later?
yes.
Because there's no way in hell I could type that correctly.
And that's pretty much it. Don't really have much else, guys. Wrestling took a lot of my weekend. Or week, actually, because it was 4 days.
Cool beans. That's also, by the way, it's called a 4-night. Because it's 4 nights. It's not really.
You're having fun with this, aren't you?
A little bit,
Just,
yeah.
I mean,
British
I'm
humor
shocked you
coming
don't
out.
do it more often. Like, you speak a language we effectively don't.
It's not a real thing. 4-night is not a real thing.
I'm aware of that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
So, Slicer should go next because he's got to go somewhere soon. So,
yeah, you're right. Actually, I got half an hour. You guys might be amused to find that my hubris has caused me to break my laptop in a way that is hopefully fixable. I was clicking, and as I do in my various clicker games, and I broke furiously. My left click. I broke my left click, so it pushed it underneath the touchpad, in just a little bit. I tried to snap it back into place, but it didn't quite work. So I'm gonna go to a computer repair shop today and get that fixed, hopefully. Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
Hell no. I didn't learn jack shit. Use mouse keys more often, I guess. I might have learned that.
Okay, Slicer, I'm going to do you a massive solid right now, because I too played idle games for a while, and there is an exploit for it. You can get a program that will let you replace your mouse click on another key combination, and your keyboard will hit that button a lot faster than you clicking will.
Yeah, it's keyboard keys, or what, I forget the actual name, but yeah, it's 5 and the plus symbol on your keypad. It clicks like, I don't know, 4 times as fast as your hand would.
So if you know that, then why for the clicking?
Because I forget, honestly. If I wasn't trying to click fast. I was just like buying a bunch of buildings. So yeah, that happened. Hopefully that's fixable. If not, whatever. I got a mouse. I got a wireless USB mouse. It's fine. Irritating, but fine. Let's see. I got Mario Kart because on the Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Because I'm gonna have a bunch of guests over for a anime convention coming up, and we're kind of trying to find stuff for everyone to do, basically. And I wanted to unlock all the stuff, or at least as much as I could before they got here. So I've been playing Mario Kart for like 2.5 days straight.
There's a lot of stuff to unlock.
Yes, there is.
There is a quick kind of way to get everything in like 2 hours, though.
What's that?
If you go into the battle mode, because it counts battle mode coins as unlocking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you go into the battle mode, you just set it to 2 players, and you're naturally controlling the other player. So you just run around, I think on the kind of more Dragon Chinese-ish stage. You can take a certain route, grab like 20 coins, and then just end the match.
Oh, it counts them if you end the match?
I believe so.
Huh. I will have to try that then. Because
And
stuff unlocks
people
every
timed it
30
out.
coins, so
People
it'd be
times
every
it
2
out, and you
matches.
can just basically do that in. It's like it's 10 coins. Get up to your max, end it. 10 coins, get up to your max. And you can do that roughly in like 30 seconds or less.
Yeah,
And so you
that
just
would make sense.
repeat.
Probably better to do that, because you don't want to be the arsehole that plays the game for 20 hours, even by accident, and gets really good at it and no one wants to play against.
That's fair.
AKA me.
I mean, I don't mean to brag, but like I spent a lot of my childhood playing Mario 64, or Super Mario, or Mario Kart. God damn it, Mario Kart 64. So I kind of already am really good at it.
Likewise.
What's wrong with being good at it? Like, come on.
Well,
It's not a matter of being good at it. It's a matter of being too good at it and not knowing to hold back when you're playing against someone who just wants to play casually for fun, as opposed to seeing who's the very best, like a championship.
See, I actively hate holding back. So,
Well, the thing is, I've gotten something of a reputation for being too good at games in my family, and my sister in particular doesn't like playing games with me for that reason, because I've just been having a hard time learning how to hold back. I think I'm getting better at it, but she's brilliant. Let me put that right out. She's really good, and it's just not good for me to be so cold, calculating, and determined to win at any cost, and not considering how it makes her feel, especially considering that, quite honestly, I've become a little bit estranged from her over the years.
my brother used to tell me, please hold back, and I'd say no.
and then you'd hit him with a shell in the face.
In Smash Brothers and Mario and everything. I always was like, if you're gonna beat me, it's gonna be something you're gonna be happy with.
Yeah, I
Earn
refuse.
that.
I refuse to hold back. Get good.
And then he beat me in Mario Kart, and then he was like, I'm better at your Mario Kart. Really happy.
And then you beat him like really bad the next time.
Yeah, basically.
Well, yeah. Now, I tend to put on a persona when I play video games against other people, in the sense that I turn into the jock of video games. I'm just kind of the smuggest asshole.
I don't do that.
I want people to beat me, but like, I enjoy it very much.
Yeah. I kind of am somewhat similar, so I understand. I want to be beaten, but at the same time, I'm going to relish my power.
No, I just want to play the game and have a good game, but I'm not going to hold back. I don't care about this game, but I'm not going to hold back because that wastes my time and boredom.
It is an insult to hold back against my enemies, aka my friends.
So yeah, that's a thing. We're also looking for other stuff. So last year when they came over, we had I worked at Tyson's at the time, which is a farming supply store. So we had this big kit of screwdrivers for like $10. It was like 30 screwdrivers for $10. And so we sharpened them, and then we had a target, and then we threw, effectively throwing knives at this target. And it was awesome. That was really cool. The benefits of living out in the middle of fuck nowhere. You can do things like that and shoot guns, and it doesn't, nobody bats an eye. So yeah, so hopefully that'll go over well. Who here has seen Supernatural? At least enough of it to get the sense of the personality.
I saw the first 6 seasons.
I'm awake during the day, and for some reason TNT runs like 4 hours of Supernatural from season 1 up until they run out of episodes and start back one. So I've seen every episode like 6 times.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, I am familiar with Supernatural.
It's a good show, but
so even if you haven't seen it, even if you aren't Kenshi, and you just know what the brothers' personalities are, I think you guys would really like the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover.
Oh, I saw the thing for that.
It is amazing. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it because it is, god damn, it's good.
Yeah, no, I saw a clip of that, and I can agree with Slicer on this.
Okay, now I have to find this after we're done.
Yeah. For a little more context, Supernatural doesn't take itself especially seriously, and every season it'll have at least one, often more, gag episodes where stupid shit happens. There was one where they got put in other TV shows. There was one where one of the characters gets stuck in a time loop and dies in stupid ways every time.
That was the best Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a good one. Or was that a mystery spot or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and they're usually pretty good.
So, yeah, the brothers start the episode fighting a stuffed dinosaur that's possessed and trying to kill them. And then they go into a TV, which just happens to have Scooby-Doo on it. And then Dean spends the entire episode trying to sleep with Daphne. It's
as
amazing.
he does.
Yes, as you do.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, I'm more of a Velma man, but I get it.
Yeah.
I'm more of an anything that moves guy, so I understand.
Oh.
Fair enough. And I believe that is my week. I saw Rogue One this morning. It was pretty good. I kind of wish there was more Darth Vader. He's awesome when he's not a bitch.
Yeah. That's the popular consensus. He should have that on his resume.
Awesome when he's not a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
So, let's see. This week, I was reading an isekai power trip story.
Of course you are.
And I haven't really read many of them recently or at all. Like, this was the first one in a long time. And I got 100 chapters in before I was like, this is trash. What am I doing with my time? I read 100 chapters of this. It's trash. It's Main character is 8 years old and can break souls and kill gods.
Wow. Okay.
Hmm.
And is the king of a country by the time before that he's even 8 years old. Oh. But, you know, I just had to keep reading. I just wanted to see how far this rabbit hole went. And, yeah. Like, there comes a time where you have isekai stories that are just, like, power fantasies. And then you have isekai stories that are power wet dreams. And this was the latter. So, and I was able to get through it mainly because I turned off my analytical part of my mind, but as soon as I turned it on, I was like, all this dialogue is the same, and none of these characters matter. So, yeah. In other news, my little brother works at a movie theater, so every now and then he gets to bring home a movie poster. He brought home the Ready Player One poster.
I really do wish that was better.
The one with the very long leg. You guys see that one where, like, the guy's right leg is like twice the length? Yeah, I posted that in Discord. I love the idea of putting that up in our media room or something. Actually, if we actually move and get a media room, because then that would just. I wouldn't say I like Ready Player One. But that poster is hilarious.
God, I want to punch you right now. You just said media room.
Yeah, if I end up moving, we get a bonus room to a media room.
Yeah.
Currently, we only have the loft, so that doesn't really count.
God, just the loft, you poor thing. I can't imagine how hard it is for you.
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying if we were to make a specialized movie room, then... Because in our last house, we had a whole media room with leather recliners, and it was really nice. And you could close the doors, and it would be all dark. You could watch a movie. It would be great.
I have a bedroom. Great.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fun movie poster. I bought, previously I had bought the Spectre Knight for Switch, which is the Shovel Knight expansion where you play Spectre Knight, which is really good. So I wanted to play more Shovel Knight, so I bought the whole Treasure Trove pack, so that way I could get Plague Knight on Switch, and eventually the King Knight expansion. Plague Knight is really wonky. He controls very strangely. It takes a lot of getting used to, because his whole thing is throws bombs, and you customize exactly how the bombs move and attack and do damage and explode, and you unlock all the sort of different options. So there's lots of fun experimentation there. But this was the first DLC campaign to come out of Shovel Knight. Spectre Knight is in a league of its own. It's much better. Still fun though. Aside from that, I mean, I haven't really been doing too terribly much else, except for a lot of work and school and blah, I'm trying to think of something else that I did that was actually interesting, but I am slowly running out of brains, thoughts, cells, ideas.
It's one of those days.
I was up till 3 a.m. last night helping a friend, so.
It's also all about the he said, she said bullshit. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, you're not. Oh yeah, My Hero Academia season 3 has started.
Oh yeah, it did.
Me and Casey did a whole thing. We talked about the opening a lot for the first part. I do like the opening. the more I listen to it, the more it is really growing on me. It's not a perfect opening, but it's a pretty good opening. And I'm really excited for more episodes. I went and I reread the manga, the whole upcoming arcs.
Mm-hmm.
So that I could be like, oh yeah, this is what happens, and this is what happens, and this is probably how many episodes it will take.
I mean, you guys have a show on this, so that's basically research.
Sure.
What's with why are you taking that tone with me,
So
Casey?
from now on, I'm gonna need you whenever I start speculating about what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna need you to do the thing I used to do when we were doing Ruby, where I would take the headphones off. That's
Yeah,
the thing you're gonna need to do from now on.
that's a thing I'm gonna have to do. Just I'm gonna do my best not to spoil anything more than you've already been spoiled by people, unfortunately. Because it is a good season ahead of us. And I'm really excited. And also, other anime is coming out this season. I haven't had any time to really watch it. But I've been on like My Hero Academia binge, so that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah,
Gosh, I love that show.
it's a good show.
I should probably finish season 2.
It's pretty good.
You probably should. The first episode actually takes it's more of it's the first episode of season 3 is like a recap with an extra side story from chapter 49 and a half, which is basically just a side story. But it's still good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did some research to find out where that came from after the fact.
Okay. Anything else, Zero?
Not that I can think of presently. I mean, I did the Dungeons and Dragons game that I always do, and the party ran into mimics for the first time, and that was fun. One of them got attacked by a bed.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's it for me.
I guess I'll go. I got nothing, basically.
Fair
So,
enough.
Zero took the thing I had to talk about. That was, the My Hero Academia show that we started.
Do you wish to add on to that
It
conversation?
was fun. It's good. It's the show. It's worth watching. Both the show itself and the thing that we did. Guys.
So you're hopeful for the season being good, then?
Oh, yeah. I expect it to be good. I'm not hopeful. I expect it to be good.
Yeah.
Which-
It has created expectations by season 2 alone, and also people hyping it up. So
So, it should be good. Should be. I did something Zero will probably be happy about, which is alongside buying a 3-way HDMI splitter, because I would like to play PlayStation games again. I want to replay Persona 5 on hard for no especially good reason. But
Why? That doesn't affect anything but make enemies damage sponges.
for funsies.
Sure, okay.
And I also purchased a Switch Pro controller and Breath of the Wild.
Ooh, nice.
So, I can make an informed opinion on the game now, Zero. Look
Why don't
forward
you
to
just
that.
start in master mode, you masochist? I honestly would love to hear somebody play that for the first time and play in master mode. That'd be fantastic.
that would like there were jokes about it's the Dark Souls of Zelda games. But
I will strangle you, you fucker.
Yeah, but if you play the
Actual offense
master
to
mode,
that.
things will kill you in one hit in the beginning at least.
Well, they kill you in one hit in the base game too. until you
Yeah,
get more
but
health.
things will super duper kill you in one hit, and you won't be able to kill them in as it takes 3 hits from a decent enough weapon to kill the starting enemies in normal mode. Master mode, it's not. It takes a lot more.
Yeah, so that's on its way. As in, right now. So there's a good chance at some point during this recording I'm going to have to run and get that. So
Yeah, let me know how you find it.
yeah,
Like,
I hope it's good because I spent 40-something pounds on it. So
well,
not that there's anything running on your recommendation, Zero. It's fine. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I got because I suck. So, Patient, how you doing?
Hopefully I'm coming through all right because my connection is really finicky during this podcast.
Oh, mostly you're coming through. It's skipping just like a fraction of a second every now and again. That's about it.
That's fine then. I'll see if I can get through this as quick as I can. Not too much to remark on. Things are still going well with my girlfriend. She published the latest chapter of 12 Red Lines a little ways back. Still going well with the cross brain. We're at the part where we're just about to begin the fight with Shiki. In other news, in other fanfiction-based news, I've brainstormed a bit more for the Pokemon SI that I have planned at some point in the future. Just need to finish planning out the whole thing before I start writing it. Might want your input on what I've put down so far, if you have the time, Casey.
Sure.
Only real notable thing on at my new job, there's a thing at work. They're mostly doing away with it, but it still happens every now and then, called mystery shoppers. Basically, someone poses as a normal customer, but they come in and they're actually evaluating the service that they receive, testing the employees, and filling out a survey afterwards. On this past Friday, my coworker, another neophyte like me, but he was working at a different job than me in the branch, got mystery shopped, and he was informed about it a little bit too late. And he was informed that it was a mystery shop. The person who came was a known mystery shopper, but like I said, he was new at this. So, excuse me just a moment.
Alrighty.
That mystery shopper thing, I'm not sure if they have that over there, Casey, but it's
I don't think so.
It's fairly common from branches. I don't know if Walmart does it, but I know Dollar General really did.
Yeah.
We got a few.
They did that at Food Line when I worked there.
I'm going to check, because I don't know whether they do them in this country.
It's a quality control sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yep, it's a thing in this country. Joy.
Well, I mean, I imagine that you could get some compensation for it, and I'd honestly like to have that kind of job, if I could. But
I wouldn't,
anyway.
Because sometimes mystery shops, from what I understand, sometimes they're fairly generic of, hey, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and see whether you can help me on stuff. And other times they are asked very specifically to be an asshole.
Yeah,
so they can see how people deal with bratty customers. Yeah.
You have a point there.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. So, anyway, you're saying, Patient?
I was saying that he basically didn't know about the subject that he was being asked about. So, it wasn't pleasant for him. But that was the second time it happened that day, apparently, and so speculation was that the mystery shop was going to come in on Saturday as well. And, well, when a person came in, she made a beeline straight for me, and there was something, they were mentioning a few things about the known mystery shopper from yesterday, heavy eyeshadow, and her name was Laura, or something. So I noted the eyeshadow immediately, and as I got into running the transaction, she showed me her, and it had the name Laura on it. So I basically knew that it was happening ahead of time, and I may or may not have had a cheat sheet that someone else wrote up detailing everything that you needed to do to get a successful mystery shop done. And I may or may not have been naturally really good at being polite and courteous and helpful. So I got a perfect score.
Nice.
Fair play.
Yeah. So that's the only really noteworthy thing that's happened this week. Just a good amount of same old, same old. Though I've on my PlayStation 4, or my sister-in-law's anyway, but I've completed the platinum for Kingdom Hearts, the first one. The last trophy I had to get was clearing the game within 15 hours, and I managed that. So now I'm on to Chain of Memories, and working on 100%ing that as well. Cards.
Cards.
Card games on motorcycles.
I wish. At least make it more interesting. I fucking hated that game.
I still like it, though I'm not too fond of how they're changing all this nowadays.
Is it the original version, or is it the 3D version that they ported to PS2?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, there was the version that I think it was a GBA game, was it?
Yeah, there
It
was
like
the
added
whole
sprites, and then
version.
they made an actual one that was like 3D and still had the wonky combat mechanics with the cards. Yeah, it was.
I mean, they made a lot of games for PS2 and GameCube and that era that took the mechanics of the game and warped them into other games, and I honestly enjoyed that. Just taking the concept that was there and changing it up into an entirely new game, similar but different. I mean, Duelist of the Roses is still one of my favorite games.
I don't know
That game-
what that is.
That game was really easy for me.
I'm not saying it's not easy once you know what you're doing, but it's fun.
Yeah, but it's like I could never get cool cards. So I just I couldn't, no matter how many replays I did of it, I wasn't cool. So I played it maybe 3 or 4 times. I got 2 months out of it and then I stopped.
Tell me, did you know about the reincarnation mechanic?
Yes.
Well, I guess you just needed a little patience then.
Damn it.
Stop giving him a platform to make these jokes.
I didn't know I was giving him a platform to make that joke, Zero.
That's the worst part.
Rabbit.
Stop it. Nobody's going to get that joke. Because nobody watches Reflux.
See, this is how we get people to watch Reflux, though.
Exactly.
I wonder where this stupid joke came
Cross-platform
from. I
promotion.
better just ignore it.
Anyway,
Killer rabbits.
Patient, anything else?
No, I believe that's it. I don't even have any recommendations this week, unfortunately. I'd like to say I do, but I'm pretty sure. Pardon?
I said neither do I, sorry.
Kenshi?
I was watching wrestling for more than half of this week, so no. That's the excuse I'm going with.
Slicer?
I haven't actually read anything in the past week and a half or so.
0.
I wasted 100 chapters of my life reading crap, so...
So that's it then.
Yeah. I mean, I did read something, but it immediately kind of turned to garbage. immediately.
Yeah.
Like, competently written and all that stuff. Like, technically speaking, it was fine. It was a My Hero Academia and DxD crossover.
DD.
X.
He's always going to call it that.
Yeah, so that, pretty light-hearted series is DxD. Stupid fan service is basically the order of the day. And for some of the grimmer undertones of My Hero Academia, still a pretty upbeat, optimistic series. So it takes the power of the former, gives it to the main character of the latter, and then in the second chapter immediately hard right turn into grimdark. And yeah, no. Like, oh,
If you go into a certain universe, you're expecting a certain tone from that universe.
yeah, like,
yeah.
hey, everything's great. I have this new power. I have a quirk, kind of. Yay! I'm gonna train and I'm gonna be a superhero. And then I run across one of the worst villains in the series, and then I accidentally murder 10 people in a rage. What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So, wait, what? Who gets what power and kills who and what? You've long since lost me.
Yeah, it gives Izuku the fucking dragons from DxD, both of them.
Oh.
And then he's training to get into UA and everything, and then he runs across a dude.
Sorry.
It's alright. That makes spikes or something. Zero probably knows who I'm talking about. People who've read My Hero Academia probably know what I'm talking about. Dude who has spikes. There's a little girl that's like albino for some reason. And then conflict happens, and then Izuku goes into a rage and kills him and like 10 other people that are random bystanders.
This sounds like this person had clearly a grudge against the overhaul arc of My Hero Academia.
Yeah, like, credit where it's due for having that turn very, very early so people don't waste their time reading a story that was going to go in that direction, but doesn't really stop it from being a really sharp left turn, or a right turn, whichever one I said before.
Right.
I was right? Cool. Okay, so it's a left turn.
I love that joke.
Yeah, it's a stupid joke, but it's great. And yeah, so that was... Yeah, no, it wasn't very good because of that.
I might actually have one recommendation. The only reason I hesitated to bring it up, I'm not sure if I made it before, like any other good recommendation I've made. But I may as well.
Go for it.
Does Avatar Flare of
Flare of what, sorry?
Redemption?
Doesn't ring a bell.
All right. It is a Zuko-centric Peggy Sue fic. Basically, all right, so the premise is a bad future, well, not so much bad future as just Aang didn't defeat Ozai at the end of the series. So Zuko, through means which have yet travels back in time to the Siege of the North, right when he was with Aang out in the blizzard. And he resolves to do things better this time around. He doesn't join Team Avatar immediately, but he makes enough of an impression on they have to rethink their opinions of him. They don't trust him at all right away, but the story is written by the lost same person who wrote Second Wind, which is only the most popular One Piece Peggy Sue and the most popular One Piece fic in the fandom presently, aside from Shinobi of the High Sea, of course. So it's good quality writing. It's got a decent amount written already. and it's shaping up to be an interesting journey with good character development and difficulty to predict what's going to happen. So I enjoy it, and I recommend it.
Cool beans.
Yeah, nice. Sounds interesting.
So we've gone for 50 minutes is good enough. Sure, why not?
If I can make one more remark, though, I've seen a lot of good Zuko-centric Pegasus before, or not a lot, but well, it's just a concept that I'd like to see. I saw one before, and it sent Zuko back to his childhood. It had a fantastic premise. It went 3 chapters, and it hasn't updated in years.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. It's called Rekindled, if you want to look it up. I would like nothing more than to see someone continue this story. Getting the link now.
You know, sometimes you make a good premise, but then you realize
You don't know
I don't know what to do with this premise.
Yeah.
This premise is too good for me.
Well, I mean...
So, like, I don't fault the guy for, like, if it was, like, if he didn't know where to go next.
I mean, I guess so, but the way he showed it, I don't know what to say. It's just a fantastic story that I really want. That's the most I can say.
I know what to say. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast episode. I don't actually know what to say. Turns out
216.
Thank
I
you.
posted it earlier.
Arigato na. Episode 216. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel through comments or through the FanFlux Discord, the thing that exists. And people are weird on it. And Kenzie's phone won't stop ringing.
Damn it!
And please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined, so that I can afford my Funimation Now subscription and continue watching My Hero Academia, so we can do reviews on it. That'd be cool.
I use Crunchyroll.
I don't. Is One Piece on Crunchyroll? Actually, no, you wouldn't know.
Yes.
Because
One Piece is on Crunchyroll.
is the thing. It's not on Funimation Now UK. It is on Funimation Now in America, but apparently they leaked the first episode accidentally. So for some reason that means they can't ever have the show on the platform again. So yeah, it's unfortunate. So oh well.
That sucks.
But yeah, so I'd like to keep paying for that so I can keep doing reviews, because I'm probably not going to watch any of the shows on that. Anyway, once again, I'd like to thank everybody listening to
Okay, then I gotta go.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a
Bye.
good day, guys.
You really sound like Casey. Was
I'm back. What I miss?
We're ending
The
it.
episode's over.
Fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Also, the remastering Spyro. I don't know whether we ever mentioned that, but they're totally.
Oh yeah, yeah. The remastering Spyro. It looks really good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Hey Casey, have you stopped the recording yet?
Not yet.
Rabbits.
Roundabout. Oh.
You know, I was playing Plague Knight, but as soon as you said rabbit, I died. So I lost a
Dangerous.
lot
You
of gold
can't
to
feed
that.
them anything other than vegetables and water. That's the rule. Don't show it to anybody. We need to stop for this joke. It's terrible.
We're all just a bunch of rabbits.
So feel free to watch the Anime Reflux episode on Pet Shop of Horrors to get any of these jokes. I do not apologize.